Rickita. I'm back with another video. So in this video, I want to teach you guys how to improve your credit score after a bankruptcy. So I had a few clients that filed bankruptcy talk to me and ask me how they can actually increase their credit score after they filed bankruptcy because they wanted to move on with their life and started to get their credit in the right direction. And what I told them is the best thing is these few things. So let me actually show you all my website because everything I'm going to tell you is directly on my website, Rickita.com. So first off, you have negative accounts. Most likely if you found bankruptcy, you need to improve your credit score. You want to increase it. So I always tell people, look into my exclusive credit membership. As soon as you come to my website, Rickita.com, you can see I have the $1 trial for 7 days for my exclusive credit membership. Definitely look into there because we can actually mail out dispute letters to help you remove any inaccurate accounts from your credit reports. We also, for those people that don't want the membership, we also have free dispute letters for you. So you can get a free dispute letter and mail out that free dispute letter and target the inaccurate accounts and tell all 3 credit bureaus to remove it from your credit reports. The next step is going to be for us to get credit cards, but trust me, since I've been looking into stocks and things like that, I just feel like I view it as like a stock. Your stock can go up just a little bit, which is your credit score can go up a little bit. But if you go ahead and remove all of those negative accounts that's inaccurate, then your credit score can shoot up. It can go up very high, or your stock can go up very, very high. So if you guys are continuing to leave them negative accounts in your credit reports, I'm going to warn you now before I talk about anything. Like, I'm telling y'all the truth. You're not going to see your credit score go up that fast. I had to file bankruptcy before, and after filing bankruptcy, within 6 months, I was able to get my credit score back over 700s, and that was with the bankruptcy ended up being reported. I had to get the bankruptcy deleted. I had to get my negative accounts removed, also my negative inaccurate accounts. If I would not have removed those accounts, because I have seen other people try to second step, I'm going to tell you, then your credit score is not going to go up that high. Just let me warn you all about that. Take this very, very serious with removing any negative and inaccurate account from your credit reports. So now that I already told you that, let's get into the nitty gritty. Now, the next thing is you guys have to start applying for credit cards immediately. Like, seriously, immediately. I mean, for those people that's filing Chapter 7, you guys are going to be able to get approved for so many unsecured credit cards, because after you file Chapter 7 and everything is discharged, they know you can't file Chapter 7 again for a long time. So they feel like they bought, they're not risking much with you. I see a lot of people get credit cards with like Capital One and just other companies out there that don't care about that bankruptcy that you just had, or sometimes that bankruptcy ain't even get reported yet. But you also have it where people file Chapter 13, they have a harder time getting approved for credit cards. So I'm going to break it up as in Chapter 7 and Chapter 13, because you're in 2 different boats. I already know this. And with mine, I filed Chapter 13 and I actually did not go through with it. End up getting dismissed. And that's a whole nother story. It was just a thing I had to do, but it's a whole nother story. Now, if you guys are trying to get approved for credit cards, I always tell people, try to get 4 positive credit cards added to your credit reports, because if you did a bankruptcy, most likely any credit card you had, even if you did not even owe them, they probably closed. So I always tell people to check out the best credit cards to build credit or the best credit cards for bad credit. Now let's go ahead and check out the best credit card for bad credit, because some of those credit cards that's for building is in this list anyway. Uh-oh, I accidentally pressed the wrong screen, you guys. Let me add my screen back on here. Let me add my screen. 1 second. Now, let me continue to talk too, because I don't want to just have it off, and I wanted to make this video for you all because I got to run back and do something, so I'm not going to be able to restart this recording. Now, with the best credit cards for bad credit, a lot of these credit cards can approve you, but you really do want to watch out for those credit cards that have high annual fees, because if you get a credit card that have a high annual fee, you basically setting yourself up to be back in the same boat that you were in before. So even though you're in this building stage, try to get credit cards that don't have a high annual fee, because if it don't have a high annual fee, then you could probably keep this credit card for a long time, because you need to start having age on your accounts. And with you having that bankruptcy, you don't have age anymore. And that's going to be a problem because a lot of your credit cards are already closed at this point. Okay, perfect. So here it is popping up here now. My screen is coming back down. Okay, perfect. You guys should be able to see it pretty soon. Okay, here we go. Let me not press that button anymore and exit out. Okay, so let's go down. We're at the best credit cards for bad credit. Let's look at this list. I think this is the best list for you all. So it's loading now. Now, for credit cards, don't forget, for those people that got a chapter 13, let me tell you a few that you can get, and then I'll just go through each credit card and tell you whether or not you should get it. So the self Visa card, this is good for those people that probably got the chapter 13. You can get this also with a chapter 7, but I just want you guys that did chapter 7, try to get you some unsecured credit cards first, and we're going to go over those first. This is a backup, okay? But the people that got chapter 13, try for the other unsecured ones first too, but understand this is more like where you at. If you get lucky and get an unsecured one, good. But with chapter 13, this is probably where you need to be at with that self Visa. And again, we have dispute letters, but we also have 6 months of free dispute letters too. All you gotta do is follow steps 1 through 5. We'll create those dispute letters and send them to you, or we can actually mail them out for you. Now, credit builder card. This is for the chapter 13 people right here. They'll allow you to get 2 credit cards. Only reason again why I say chapter 13 is because chapter 13, you most likely got to start off with secured. Chapter 7, you probably don't have to start off with secured. This is the key. You need 4 credit cards reporting to all 3 credit bureaus. So they'll allow you to get 2 of them. So you can technically get 1 self, 2 credit builder, and then it's another one called Open Sky. We're going to talk about that. You can get the Open Sky, and that can be good because Open Sky have some unsecured too. So that's good for chapter 7 or chapter 13. But kickoff, this is last resort. I'm sorry. I like kickoff, but for the amount of money you guys are spending, I would say this is just last resort right now. Discover is secure. Discover do not like bankruptcy. So if you do not have a bankruptcy reporting on your treasury and credit report, go for it. Okay. Even if you guys did a chapter 7, I say try to get unsecured debt. Discover is different. Discover, Navy Federal, and the Capital One, those secured cards is different because they can graduate to unsecured accounts. So if you find that you cannot get those unsecured accounts, then go ahead and try to see if you can get the Discover. Try to get the Navy Federal. Navy Federal, you can put $200 down, and it can actually increase to $2,000. They'll increase your limit and give you a $200 deposit back, and they'll do that in about 6 to 8 months a lot of times. So definitely try the Navy Federal. Pedal One, you can try it. Capital One, try Capital One in general, especially if you did a chapter 7 bankruptcy. I have seen people had a chapter 7 bankruptcy. They discharged Capital One's debt on there and they gave them another credit card. And it just freaks me out that that's even what happened, but it's a good situation. So definitely try to see if you can go directly to the Capital One website and try to see if you can get a credit card with them. Here's that Open Sky Visa that I told you guys about. I still got my Open Sky account from when I had my bankruptcy. That thing is old at this point. I don't use it. If anything, I'll use it every 6 months just in case they try to send my money back or something to close my account. I just still have it, but this is good for those people that did chapter 13. And I suggest too, well, let me not suggest this. Let me tell you what I have seen other people do. Once I've seen people file chapter 13 bankruptcy, I've seen them within a month or even a few days, or after their first court date, I didn't see them apply for secure credit cards, or I've seen them apply for credit cards so that they can get those credit cards reporting ASAP and they can start building their credit reports as soon as possible. So Open Sky is a good one. The Discover is Student Chrome. I don't know. Unless you're a student, try it. But Discover in general, just be mindful of them. Credit One Bank. So right after I filed my Chapter 13 bankruptcy too, Credit One Bank gave me a credit card the next month. And I tell people about this all the time with Credit One Bank. My annual fee wasn't bad. I think it was like $39 for the annual fee. But at the time, I was desperate. I had to start building my credit back up at the same time. I had to start building my credit back up anyway. So Credit One Bank was a great one. If you guys did a Chapter 7, try to stay away from anything with an annual fee. If you're in Chapter 13, you have to understand that you're basically going to be in this bankruptcy until they get discharged. And a lot of companies may not want to mess with you. So you just want to be careful when it comes down to some of these accounts. So you may have to pay an annual fee. With somebody who had a Chapter 7, they may not have to. But if you did Chapter 13, try Credit One Bank. Also try Mission Lane. Mission Lane, I don't think liked it the chapter. I don't think they like Chapter 13 bankruptcies. You can try for the Chapter 13, Chapter 7. A lot of these credit cards can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. They can tell you yes or no without a hard inquiry. So I say just try it. Okay, so just try it. Credit Strong, and I don't think so, not right now. Prosper, see if you can get it, but double check those annual fees. Same thing with Milestone, double check the annual fees. Indigo, I've seen a lot of people get this credit card without an annual fee. Try Chapter 7. I think that this can possibly be a great one for you. Also try the Destiny, but watch out for the annual fee on this Destiny. But those are mainly the credit cards that I think that you all should try. You also can try the pre-qualify with no hard inquiry. It's right over the best credit cards for bad credit. You can also try this list too, especially if you did Chapter 7. And don't forget, Chapter 7 means that their debts were discharged. There's nothing else you need to do. Bankruptcy is over. Okay, so usually at that time, a lot of these companies would like to try to give you a credit card. So just see if they can give you a credit card. And there's so many accounts on here, as you can see. Look at some of the credit cards we even talked about previously are on here too, if you can see. So you see Navy Federal here. We got some more Discover, Pedal One, Pedal Two, some more Discover, Capital One. It's so many different credit cards on here. And don't forget, this is on my website, Rickita.com. Just scroll down to the bottom, get y'all dispute letters, and just call me if you guys have any questions. Right now, my family, well, my son and I is really kind of under the weather, and I'm very busy, but I wanted to make this video for you all. So I hope that it's helpful for those people that need to get a credit card. But I'm telling y'all now, like, please listen to me when I tell y'all this, because I'm being very serious. For me to be able to get my credit score over the 700s in 6 months after the bankruptcy being added to my credit reports, go ahead and delete these bankruptcy from my credit report, deleting the accounts from my credit reports. That was the most important thing, like focusing on deleting the accounts. I did everything at once. I made sure everything was getting deleted, and then on top of that, I made sure that I got me at least 4 credit cards reporting. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna do 1 credit card this month, and then next month I'm gonna see if I can. No, get 4 credit cards right now. You want them to start reporting ASAP, so every month you can see at least a 20-point increase, 30-point increase. Plus, when your accounts start getting deleted, your credit score can go up even more. Okay, please listen to this. I hope my audio is still great, but I'm on my hotspot right now with recording this. But please listen to me when I say this. If you guys have any questions, call me at 833 Rickita, and don't forget, go to my website, Rickita.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Have a great weekend whenever you're watching this.